Hi, everybody. It's Nana Marie, your ET from Quebec City. Although that's not where I started off. Today's video is the most important video that I've done, and it kind of seals the deal, if it will. I did the video already a few minutes ago, and after I finished, I pulled two tarot cards. The video was about, uh, anyway, I pulled two tarot cards, and I'll just show you. And if you can see the fool, oops, is on a cliff. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he looking away from? And then this one. So I needed to redo my video to make sure I included this part because it's consciousness, Christ consciousness. You don't just you're open to anything, and whatever clicks with you is what is right. Believe it or not, and we've been all programmed, which is what this video is all about: is hypnosis and neuro linguistic programming. What happened to our brains and how you can restore yourself and not fall off the cliff with everybody else around here. So let me just start. Um, I want to shock some sense into people. You know, my mother is one word she gave me when I was a little girl. She said, "You're an instigator." And that's when I would tell the truth. And that's true. I am an instigator. What I'm here for in my mission, which has been amazing, anytime I need to go back into my um, imagination, my own story, if you will. I I'm thrilled with every single bit of it. The good, bad, and ugly. It's all good when you get it, okay? But at the end of the day, what I'm here for is to help snap people out of hypnosis and to tell the ones that can come out of hypnosis it's decision making time. It's decision making time. Okay, the media is hypnosis, 100%. And the more they're on the same subject, saying the same thing over and over again, the more hypnosis. And then they get you to do things like maybe buy special things to protect yourself, right? That's neuro linguistic programming is having you actually go and do the work. That's that's a program. So fear, if the media is full of fear, and to me, they're terrorizing me all the time. um, it creates a state of hypnosis and where you're capable of anything. And you know it now, right? You look back at a few things. So, yeah, NLP programming is when the media have the masses participating in the fear, embedding the consciousness of slavery. That's not the consciousness of God or you, Christ. Um, and as you know through my talks here, hypnosis began in Scripture. That's where we all went first. And then the Scriptures just grew and expanded, and so is that consciousness of thought. Consciousness of fear has grown and evolved, and as a result, we've been acting against our own bodies, minds, souls, and families. We think we're righteous because it's in the book. Who's going to doubt the book? I had to write some notes down. So now they have us all, led into temptation, which, I told you Jesus wasn't your God, but he was a man, and he was Christ conscious to his own spirit, like I am. And hypnosis is or our imaginations are the creator, and our creator is being taken away, clouded by the dark fear of God here, when we should have no fear. We have the power of God in us. But the hypnosis now, since Hollywood, I'm sorry, but the sexual deviancy is off the charts. And souls are just, I'm worried about the Milky Way somehow being some kind of trap. You know what I mean? Like, what's the Milky Way doing there? And that kind of came to me, trap. It's stars trapped. Because when I look into the Milky Way, I can see faces. And we cannot feel the Christ flame when we see what we've done. We have to come back, or we get stuck. Abandoning family, changing partners. Think about everything that we've introduced to our brains this last 100 years, right? Think about would never be acceptable before, but now is. But you wouldn't know. I remember we couldn't even say the word fuck on TV. So, and now, because of this fear, we've got envy. Somebody's got more shit than you, or something better than you, and greed, and they want to hoard because fear, right? You want to die rich. And judgment. You notice everybody's learned, because media programming, you learn how to judge what is good and what is bad. Well, people are judging all the time, but they're in hypnosis, and all judgments, you've got to know this, guys. All of your judgments, your harshest ones especially, those are projections. Think about that. And in hypnosis, you wouldn't know that. But when you're snapped back to yourself, you can see it wasn't them, it was you. It was you. So judgment is where we really get people wrong, and it's typically because we're projecting. Now, how do I know all this about hypnosis? I was part of my journey in 2012. I went and became a clinical hypnotherapist. I'd already had a background in teaching life skills and career planning, human resource management, criminology. I dabbled in that. I went to school for about a year in that. Bullshit. But I wanted to find out what was wrong with my dad, so I went to criminology. I did a lot of shit. 15 years of post-secondary that didn't amount to nothing. But that was, it was okay, because I got to see bits of everything. And my career was always in the service industry to help motivate people. Always. That's always what I've done. And I've always tried with my family and our friends. I would be the career planner and give them, rewrite their resumes and boost their confidence and egos. That was who I was, guys. And, something happened. Anyway, I'll leave that alone for a minute. So I became a clinical hypnotherapist. And I began to notice patterns, and I began reaching in deeper than the ego and down the spirit, if you will. And I saw some discrepancies in our belief systems, um, with when it comes to the mind, and when it comes to hypnosis. I was always told hypnosis is bad, never go into it. Same with weed, right? Don't do it. Well, you know what? I'm now prone to do the exact opposite of everything they say. But, like, really, literally, like, what are they trying to do here? What do they want me to do? I gotta do the opposite. That's how I feel. So, anyway, I was discovering this shit, and I was getting in trouble. I was targeted. I began getting targeted. They hate the truth, guys, and people are so embedded in it that they don't want it to be released, because if it's released, then they may be exposed, right? If it's released, then no, because Everybody's going to be exposed. Everybody's a nut. Such deviance. You're either a slave or you're a master, right? Am I wrong? So, it's crazy here. Anyway, one day in my hypnotherapy practice at the Family Wellness Center, Mind Miracles Hypnotherapy um, in West Kelowna, suddenly this math professor showed up uh, from Alberta. That's the place where my son crossed over. And he was so kind and nice, like a jolly guy, old guy. He's a math professor, though. I wondered, why am I getting along with this math professor? And why is he coming for hypnosis? This is what I do. I ask a lot of questions in my brain, and it works for me. Um, so, because now, as I reflect, um, I have the answers. So, he came for a hypnosis session, just one. I don't even remember it really. Um, but afterwards, he pulled out this gold box, and it's got a little Japanese design on it or something. And inside were the 78 tarot cards. Now, I wasn't into tarot cards, and I thought, oh, he thinks I'm a flake. Uh, Probably my judgment that I think tarots were flaky, right? So, uh, no, and he didn't give me a guidebook to what any of the cards meant, and so anyway, I took them home, and I shuffled them up. The first thing I did is counted them. 78 cards. That's code for Trevor again. So 78. Now you may think, what is a code? What are you talking about, crazy bitch? That's how I communicate with the spiritual world, believe it or not. You should get some codes. If you get 111, you may be on track. Anyway, I told you I'm an ET, blue alien ET, to tell you about your own damn intelligence. If you don't want it, fine, hang up on me, tell on me, get me in shit. I don't care. Because everything that I'm doing is for me and my movie, my soul. Honest, it's not for you. No, I'm doing what I'm compelled to do for my soul. Anyway, I'm getting off track again. So I counted the cards 78, and then I pulled 3 cards face down. And the first card I pulled was a star. It was a star. The second card I pulled was the moon. And the third card I pulled was the sun. And I thought that's kind of, I didn't know that was tarot cards, looking at suns and moons and stuff. I thought I was going to be looking at cups and swords. But there were those 3. And that's when my real spirit was. Soon after that, I began getting targeted at my business by evil entities and like people, doing Satan's work to shut me up from being a truth teller. That's what I'm talking about, real. Like a nurse from the hospital coming to see me, creating all sorts of drama with her hypnosis. She was talking about her mental family and how crazy they all were. And I was looking at her, and, she would never, ever touch the idea that she's projecting. And she was so triggered, so offended, she even went to the police because um, she paid for 3 sessions. And her second session, she showed up. I told her she'd have to leave because she was getting really unruly about it all. So I offered her a refund of 50%. That wasn't enough, so she went to the police. She wanted to get my name on record in some way. That's they could do that. Just get my name on some sort of complaint. And they can pile up, right? These little shit things. So, yeah, so I got targeted. And have been ever since. And it's everywhere. It's because they are working in the consciousness of fear. And what I say is triggering. And it is, you know. The fourth dimension is the darkness, which is when, you know, your head explodes when you realize the truth. And trust me, my head did explode because soon after that, the targeted stuff started. um, my deceased son and beings of light showed up. And anyway, I can't get into the story right now. And my journey began. I came across Canada and I'm in Quebec, right? And I've been sorting out everything that I've been through and my emotions. You know, this feelings now realize that feelings are who I am, that lives on for eternity. I carry my feelings around with me for eternity. And I want to carry the feeling of love and joy. You know, I kind of always loved the Grosclose family. Sounds weird, but the Grosclose family, they're joy. They're full of laughter. They're full of light. And the Engelbrightsons there too. They're kind of miserable, but their name's Engelbrightson. And they were all into the Holy Bible and all that. So I know I'm talking the opposite because it is the opposite. It is. And I do whatever I want. I don't go by fear, and I don't have my feelings manipulated anymore. So my mission is to point out lies and liars, and hopefully just crack some egos. It's not that I don't love them. It's just snap out of it. You know, you're being a hyena. But I don't know if that's worked or not. Not so far. I'm not. No, nobody loves me. So it might be my approach. I am a little prickly. I agree. I get that. But I was clearly built for this. My mother, she made my coat of many colors just for me. Yeah, and music is how I am communicating through spirit as well, guys. But I can't post any more music on YouTube because my videos are censored if I do. So therefore, I have decided to talk to people through Facebook and just post songs that come to me through spirit on Facebook. And I posted about 6 or 7 yesterday, and they're messages to my family and humanity. So if you want to check out Nana Marie Thomas in Quebec City, you'll see what spirit is saying to me through music. That's through numbers and through music. That's how I communicate. But it's decision time. And you need to know whatever and everything the media say, I do the opposite. Now, the beams in my pupil I've talked to you quite a bit about, right? That discovery of mine, nobody's talked about. Nobody's even ever freaking agreed with me. But how can they, right? But you have lights in your pupils, right in your retina. You know the thing they're telling you to protect in the media? They're telling you to protect that. So that's where those lights are. Those are cameras. Those are cameras. And so the media has told you, okay, um, and so you're protecting your retinas there. What about that eye symbol everywhere? So I believe that then this one that came, the Ten of Cups, like holy cow, that looks like joy, and that's a message from Trevor. And that's what I feel is coming. Is Christ consciousness. Stupid. Get out of fear. Don't be the fool on the cliff. And be your own best friend right now, because I tell you, if you messed up like I did, and I did, that's horrible. I had affairs on my husband too. I mean, I didn't pour my sins out here, but I surely did have a lot of sins. You know, I just never harm children, if you know what I mean, and lie about people ever. But anyway, but I have had my share, and I am not ashamed because I know what happened to me and us. You know, I thought it was normal for divorce. I thought it was normal to have lots of partners. I thought it was normal men abandon their children. These were all normal to have abortions. So I'm here to say it's the opposite. Not normal, and I don't know, I just feel something about that Milky Way, guys, tonight. I just feel something about that. So I encourage everybody to go through your own belief systems and decide, is it based on fear or love of God? Of perfection, no mistakes, no coincidences, no mistakes. That's love or fear. I feel the imagination, which is the tunnel that everybody's trapped in there, is hijacked. It's in hypnosis and creating nightmares. But as a clinical hypnotherapist, I also know you can rewire your brain. I had to rewire my brain. I really thought I was the shithead everybody said I was. So I had to start dropping abusive thoughts. And I had to go in and hug myself from time to time as if I cared. Because I am of Christ. And I do care. And so for me, the answer is love all of the time. You got a question? The answer is love.